Hiyo. So this is an update on the doot change, and sadly, the stupid tiny little modder is starting to skip sometimes after like 30 minutes of printing. Boo! Now I have ideas. I think it's just been getting extra hot. I could at first put something underneath that shields it from the heat of the heated bed, because this thing gets really hot and this gets hot in return, or in effect, or whatever. Anyway, I have ideas, but I am hating this modder. It's flimsy, so I'm just gonna pick something else. It's so dumb and weak. Now, idea number one. Ta-da! Do an REL with nylon filament. I know it sounds weird, but this is actually cleaning filament, but it's nylon based, I think. I'm not sure what the hell this is, but this is great, by the way, for cleaning your hot end. I tried stretching this by hand. I didn't feel at least anything. Too much stretch isn't a problem for mine. I think I can mitigate that. So the problem with this is actually nothing so far. I tried to break it by hand, bend it, and it doesn't break. Nylon's fancy, I guess. Option number two, I could import some steel wire from the US that will solve this issue, but that will cost me a ton. Solution number three I'm thinking of right now is to actually see if I can somehow get Stepper Online Stepper here, because the only reason I'm using this is because this is the only light stepper I can get in Iran. It's either this or this 200 gram or something stupid Nema pancake stepper that I hate. That's the only reason I'm using this, because there's 80 gram or 50 gram servers that are better than this. Even the E3D one is better. Yeah, I can even gear it higher. I could also gear this higher so the torque isn't an issue. I could even bump the current. But I'm tired of this thing for now, at least. I don't want to mess with this anymore. It's dumb and ugly. So now, I have a lot of solutions here. My solution for now is two things that I'm going to try until I figure those two other things out. First, I'm going to honestly mess with this because it's kind of fun. It's remote Jubilee style thingy. And you know, since this isn't as hard as metal like the Jubilee is, I'm hoping I won't need a spring guide like the Jubilee, because that thing costs a ton. Yep, expensive. So anyway, my other hope was that I would use a DC modder here, and to keep it properly, I would use the current. So when DC modders get jammed, at least the brushed ones, I think at least, I'm not sure, they suddenly bump up a lot in current. So you can use that current to detect whether it's locked or not. Now, I'm not sure if I can actually make it constant torque. I doubt that, because current's not always that predictable. But I can at least detect it in an on and off state, because once it's locked, it lets it get go further. It will give it like a large current, which I can detect on my side. This will need custom electronics, which is an issue. So yeah, I will need custom electronics, but once it detects the lock tool, it will tell my thingy to stop. And on unlocking, I have this, I already actually have this as a fail-safe feature, failure, whatever feature. Do you see that wall there? There's a wall on the open side, so it can't spin this way, it can only spin this way. Once it's open, it will just hit that, and that will trigger a freaking, current thingy, current that will bump up. That's one way of doing it. The other way is an REL that is this tiny, which I'm not gonna be able to make one. The biggest issue is honestly the switches here. The other way would be to just current limit this and just bump it for a few seconds and let go. That could work. That's my first solution, because it doesn't need any custom electronics. You just need a DC-DC converter. Now, I had another solution, I swear. What was it? It was a DC modder. Oh yeah, a DC modder with an encoder could work too. That would be amazing. They're dirt cheap, but in Iran you're not gonna find any, because Iran rocks. I'm almost tempted to scrap this and just wait until I'm in Canada or somewhere to continue this project, but I gotta have hope. Damn, this print quality is amazing. I wonder what the hell I did to make it so low. Now I'm kinda spacing out, so I'm gonna go here and see if I can remember this. Decoders, oh yeah, servo. Each 3D says it'll last more than 60,000 cycles, which is around 8 months to a year and a half, depending on your usage of tool changes. You know, how should I put this? Printing these two together and finishing them. I have them finished here. This is this, and I lost the other one. I gave it away. But these two, for example, take 200 tool changes to print. 180 to be exact. So yeah, that's not very high, as it might seem. I'm not sure if the DC motor, the brushed, the regular DC motor, is going to last long. I don't even know. I don't know where to ask or how to figure it out. So yeah, that's my options for now. Oh yeah, and I could import the stepper from Stepper Online. Anyway, I'm not gonna give up yet, cause yeah, I might give up and do it in Canada, but that way I have access to a lot of fancy parts. I'll switch this for a V slot, I'll switch this for a V slot. I will probably keep these because they're easy to mess with. Just rods. Anyway, thank you. And also, if you want to support me, pay for all this nonsense that I'm doing, there's my Patreon. Just saying. Is a Patreon, okay? Good. Now, someone please help me cry a little, because this has been frustrating. Now I'm gonna sleep it off.